So welcome everyone to our channel, Soch or Samwaad. Anilji, welcome to our channel. Uh,
Thank you.
so uh, you had such a diverse and international career. Can you tell us a bit about your journey, sir, today?
Thank you, Seemaji and Sanjeevji. I'm born and brought up at Bhopal,
Mhm,
and it's a God's way of doing it that I have lived in 7 Indian cities, so covered almost 75% of India in first 20 years.
mhm,
And then I was stationed at 6 countries, dealing with MNC companies and selling different type of machines and automation. And then we have something like exposure to Alfa Laval is a Swedish company where we sell the process machines for food and beverage. Actually, I am known as a food and beverage person. If you go to any dairy in Amul Dairies, Nestle or South or ITC,
mhm,
they call me Anil as a basically food and beverage person. But when I shifted to Dubai, that time there is very few food and beverage, it's more oil and gas. So there I have to take another hat of oil and gas person.
mhm,
So these are the exposure of my life, but doing mostly helping my customers wherever I can give them latest technologies, because people try to sell what they are doing it for last many years, 5, 10, 20 years.
true.
But my idea was always to give them something new, which will be useful for them for efficiency and for the product. And that I got successful. I traveled to 37 countries for business or leisure, and working with these MNCs has given me a good knowledge throughout. I'm thankful to them. Actually, when I retired employment point of view, I came back to Bangalore. I'm in Bangalore and looking for a technology which I can help my countrymen where they are facing a lot of issues about the food and water.
Mhm.
And I'm lucky to find a company which is from Sweden, and they make water out of the air.
Okay.
And after getting that, actually, I've changed the tagline on my LinkedIn,
Mhm.
that making world a better living place. And
Okay.
that is how I started this company here in Bangalore.
Interesting.
Excellent.
That's quite
Yes.
interesting. Very nice, sir. So whenever, sir, at least whenever I have met you, I have heard you talking a lot about water. Why is the subject about water? What is it? Your association, or why do you always speak about water? I just wanted to understand a little more from you.
Water is a very typical subject here. And here in India, particularly, we think because we are not measuring it, that water is free. But water is never free. If you see any building, every building has got one or two bore wells. Imagine a city like Bangalore,
Mm,
where we have got 75, 76 lakh buildings, and
mm,
every building having two bore wells. So how much water we are extracting from the earth? And
wow,
it will not remain same for long as it is.
true.
So this is my concern, that is all the metros, wherever we have, even Ahmedabad, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, everybody is going to face big problem about the water, and that is where I want to contribute. For
Mm,
example, when we have a problem of power 20 years back, 25 years back, that the power is not coming continuously, and there are no shutdowns of 4 hours or 5 hours every day,
mm,
people have gone for inverters.
true.
So inverter is an individual family, individual house. You have an inverter. When power is not there, you can run 4, 6, 7 hours. And then what happens that now with the solar and the new developments, every roof on the house, at least in metros, you will find solar panels giving the electricity. You're not depending upon the electricity boards or the organizations what they supply electricity. So these developments come with the time, and people look for solutions in their day-to-day life. Here again, when we have inconvenience, then people think of it. But today, India have no inconvenience. Water is coming. Some pockets like in Chennai, in Bangalore, in Delhi, in summer particularly, we face the water issues.
Every
So
year,
that time we
okay.
feel, yeah,
Every year, every year we have
yeah,
this problem in summer.
yeah. Summer 1 or 2 months, for example, Chennai 23 is a problem, but last 2 years no problem in the big problems. But small problems are always there in the corners of a city or outskirts of the city. So You see, without power you can live, without any other things you can, without education also you can survive,
Mm,
but without water you cannot survive. That is a very big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as such, my subject of talking always about water is not only about the quantity. We have issue about the quality of water also.
Mm-hmm.
In India, what we are getting it through the underground water or through river, it is not a good quality of water. A lot of contamination is going into the water.
mm,
So from that angle, if you see, we should be talking every hour, water, water, everywhere situation. Otherwise, we will not be, aware of the issues. We should create it, bring it to the surface, and tell people that you should focus of conserving water, producing new type of water, and what all is possible.
Okay. No, and I do agree, Anilji, that water is very important. And the other side, you also said that the scarcity of water is not there in India at the moment. And from your talk, but whatever you just said, that 2023 Chennai had the problem, but not anymore now. And there are some smaller problems. My only question is that if there is no scarcity or is not a big problem, why people should still focus on water because there is no problem at all? Or do you think that there will be a problem much later?
I'm sorry if I appear saying that there is no problem as such in today. What I mean to say, not that much severe problem when people
Okay.
are not going to the office and running behind the tankers. That
Okay.
situation has come in 23.
Okay.
Government is taking lot of actions, and even individual citizens also taking care of some of the situation like rainwater harvesting, and they are trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they I'm talking about general mentality of people,
Mm-hmm.
that they talk about the pollution is there and some issue is there. पानी
Mm-hmm.
नल से नहीं आएगा तो पानी मैं टैंकर से मंगा लूंगा, आई हैव टू पे फॉर इट एक्स्ट्रा.
mm,
टैंकर
Mm-hmm.
नहीं मिलेगा तो आई विल बाय 20 liter can, 10-20 cans is good enough for a fortnight or a week,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon the family. But they don't know this, that all the sources of water, all the forms of water comes from the one source. And that is maybe a river for that city, a lake for that city, or underground water. In
Mm-hmm.
all the three situations, if one goes, that means all the three will go. So don't
Mm-hmm.
think like that problem will be solved by second or third options. There is
Okay.
no way. If water is not there,
Mm-hmm.
there is no way we can see. For example, to give you some figures, some of the organizations say there is only 1% of Earth's water which is usable as a fresh water for drinking.
mm,
Okay.
UNIF- UNICEF and WHO is also bringing a lot of awareness to all the people around here, that why we should focus more on the water. So it's not only the Anil Chaudhary, it is everyone who really believe that there is a big problem coming up. They're trying to focus this. For
Mm-hmm.
example, World Bank tells 700 million people could be displaced, and that's true. Today,
Mm-hmm.
you can't believe that you are living city like Delhi or Bangalore. If there is no water, today you must have seen last week, there is no gas. Hundreds of the workers are going back to their villages, to their houses, to their origins.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, if there is no water, whole of the Bangalore will be empty, in my opinion.
true, true, true.
Ah,
That's true. So we
well,
already are into a global water crisis, if I'm not wrong. So
True.
we just don't feel it equally yet. Do you agree? And what's driving this water depletion?
Yeah, actually, there are many reasons. Telling you as a one or two reasons is difficult. The
Hmm.
most important thing I will like to say is about our way of thinking, our mindset. As I
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
said initially,
Pani
that
free.
everybody, yeah, water is free, and you talk to someone,
Hmm.
oh, मुझे तो free मिलता है. वो
Hmm.
free मिलता है आपके लिए, but it comes in the pipeline which is laid down for 40-50 kilometers. There are pumping stations, there are pumps which run with the heavy consumption of power. All those things are not free, subsidized maybe.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
many times you are paying for it, but you don't think like that because it is a small value.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
For example, in the last 10 years, I just checking the figures that the 10 years back in 2015, the cost of commercial applications, the 20 paisa per liter. Today in Bangalore, they are paying 1 rupee 80 paisa per liter. Almost, you
Yeah.
can see 10 times the price have gone up.
Right.
Hmm.
And with this rate, if it goes up, our 20-30% of salary will go in water in next 10 years. And how can we afford it? Today we are getting free. So
Mm.
very difficult things are coming up. And sometimes people cannot imagine what can happen to their day-to-day life without water. Forget about surviving, because
Mhm.
in normal day we see today that uh, many of the children and many of the ladies are suffering due to illness because bad quality of water.
Yeah.
So it's a big issue, and that's the platform I want to raise here, that people should start thinking about it. When you
Mhm.
think it, then you can measure it. Once you measure it, then you conserve it. Without measuring or conserving, we are going to a big problem in at least next 2-3 years time. It will happen.
Yeah. So, what I understand from you, Anilji, is that the scarcity isn't just the problem, it's the failure how we manage and how we value water, isn't it?
True.
So, why
That is.
is water consumption important for business?
Yeah, here we water we see as a drinking only, and or maybe at the household level you have some no taking bath, washing clothes, and all these things. We don't imagine today whatever food is coming to us, it is coming because of agriculture.
Mhm.
Agriculture consumes 70% of our water.
Mhm.
Whole, I'm giving you figures from the world. Is not like some particular city or particular country. It
Mhm.
is like the industry is depend on, let's, I'm talking about food only. I'll give you one example.
Mhm.
Many people doesn't know, when they get 1 liter of milk, it has
Okay.
been made by 1,000 liters of water. The washing of the animal, the drinking water, the agriculture to grow the fodder, overall the ratio is like this. So in industries, you go to textile, you go to dyes, you go to power plant, any industry for that matter. Old industries, I can bifurcate today with my experience, that
Mhm.
earlier only for these industries you require water, but today the new industries like semiconductors,
Correct. I
then
was
you
just
have
about to tell you, yeah.
Mm. Mm.
and and then you talk about any of the new things coming up. They require a lot of cooling, lot of washing. Data centers, we talk a lot, IA and then internet. These data centers are no gulping water like anything. It will be millions of liters. It's not like hundreds of liters, millions of liters required for cooling the machines inside it. Okay, people say we'll not go for water based, we'll go something else, new technology will come. But today what we see, scenario is very bad. Even the per consumption of water has gone up almost double in last 10 years by individual, and water is reducing by half. So 1:4 ratio is there for water availability.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
that way I feel industry is also in a big problem. You have to close your industry, whether it is a hotel or it is a manufacturing leather or textile. When you close it, your staff of 1,000 or 5,000 staff will go out of job.
Mhm.
Fully agree with you that if you don't have water, we don't have business. And as you said in your introduction, that you are, after your post-retirement, you have connected with a company that is UnTap. And how does UnTap solve this problem? And why in India, this is a key, this is very important for Indian market about UnTap.
It's Yeah, I just don't want to push as a company of only UnTap, because this is a global problem and we have to find global solutions.
Mhm.
So earlier, whatever we see on the earth, it is on the surface or underground. We are fetching the water from these sources, rivers, lakes, or bore wells. These are the only thing. When you start thinking as a innovator, then you always think of the other routes. And
Mhm.
luckily people have thought of the another side. It is not very lately, it is 5-7 years back, that we have air conditioner at home, the water comes out of it.
Mhm.
Similarly, the moisture what we have in the environment can be harnessed to make a drinking water. Very simple concept, but once you do it, it becomes very difficult. Energy intensive applications are required.
Mhm.
However, with the last 4-5 years, developments are there, because initially people are making like 100 liters per day, because in your air conditioner you get only 10-15 liters per day. one bucket full of water. So when you improve the technology, you can get 100 or 200 liters per day, not more than that, which
Mhm.
is not cost effective. When people are saying free and you say 5 rupees a liter,
Mhm.
despite it is cheaper than mineral water coming in bottles, still
Mhm.
people feel it is costly. But last 2 years, there is a development on the volume size that
Mhm.
most of the companies, I know at least 60, 70 companies in the world who are doing it, but the
Mhm.
price is around 4, 5 rupees a liter because their capacities are only 100 liter, 200 liter or 500 liter per day, not per hour, per day.
Mhm.
So these developments of last 2 years is for the higher capacities and only 4, 5 companies now doing it in the world from Israel, from Spain, US and Sweden, which is my company UnTap, where we are giving 20,000 liter per day, 50,000 liter per day. Industrial application 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 is of no use. You require like 2 lakh or 5 lakh liter per day.
Mhm.
Luckily, these machines are modular, so you can put 2, 4, 6 machines of the same size and get capacities doubled or 4 times.
Yeah.
So UnTap is really doing something about the future problem or other problem. We see it already coming
Mhm.
to us in 5, 7, 10 years, and many developments are going on.
Mhm.
So if you see, all these civilizations are made around river,
Mhm.
and then people have no thinking, so they come to the water, and now we are trying to bring the water to us from the atmosphere.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. So in India, so challenge is the scale is the challenge is the scale. Meaning the challenge is a scale. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
So, but also means that impact of solving it is massive, isn't it?
true,
So
very true.
why do you think that UnTap is more suitable for India?
uh, let's say in a different way that it's wrong to say that is more suitable to India, because we know Middle East is a place where there is no water. They
Mm-hmm.
have gone for desalination plant, and recently
Mm-hmm.
you must have heard
Mm-hmm.
desalination plant of Kuwait and Bahrain has been bombed and no water in the city for few
Mm-hmm.
days. Situations are appearing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I will go slightly more technical in this because this water is harnessed from the atmosphere at a
Mm-hmm.
particular temperature. Not
Okay.
exactly particular, it is a range which you should be hot temperatures like 25 to 40 degrees is the best way of doing it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in India and Africa, we have these temperatures where luckily the problems are more in these areas, and then we have the suitable climate. Along
Mm-hmm.
with the temperature, we should have a humidity in the environment. If there is no humidity, no moisture, then water cannot be formed.
Correct.
So from that angle of the technology side and the climate side, it is really suitable. That is
Mm-hmm.
how the European, any other companies also focus
Mm-hmm.
India and Africa, and even
Mm-hmm.
Middle East for that matter. But from the problem side of also, you have to see that in
Mm-hmm.
India, you must be reading report of Niti Aayog that 600 million people face high to extreme lack of water. 70% of India's water is contaminated. These are real facts, which I'm not speaking as a supplier of machinery or technology. These are our real issues. First of all, water not available. What is available is not drinkable,
Yeah.
and companies like pharma and chemical, they use the water, and wastewater has become a big business because you have to purify that wastewater. You must
Mm-hmm.
have heard of zero liquid discharge, that some
Yeah.
of the areas are not allowed to discharge any of the liquids, wastewater, I mean to say.
Mm-hmm.
So from the problem side, from the availability side, from the climate side, it
Mm-hmm.
looks like India is a good market. And very shortly, it is only few months we started, but we believe next year, in place of we looking for customer will be looking for these solutions because they face the problems in summer, particularly to start with.
Okay, just for my understanding, a supplement question to you. When you said that the water will be taken from the moisture, atmospheric moisture,
Yeah.
is there any environmental impact on that?
Yeah, very good question. And we face this as a second or third question in our meetings and presentations.
Yeah.
Actually, if you see, the moisture is available throughout the atmosphere. Wherever you go on the shore, you go in the desert, you go. It is not on the earth. It is available in the environment.
Mhm.
And that water, when we take out, many of the our ladies managers, when we talk to them, they say, oh, then our skin will get dry because no moisture on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is very difficult to say anything concrete on this, but until unless there are lakhs or even millions of the machines are installed on the every house roof, I don't think
Mhm.
there is any problem for, because we are not doing any temperature change or something. It is only moisture we are removing, and that
Mhm.
air goes at less moisture, because in the month of June, July, August, September, you will have more moisture. And
Mhm.
what we are giving out in these months, you have less moisture in the month of December, January in winter season. So it's very difficult to comment as such, but in general, we are talking about very, very small contribution of moisture in converting to water. So maybe
Mhm.
15-20%. It is effect of only 10-15% when every roof, maybe after 30 years, every roof of the house or building has got this machine.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anilji, and it was quite an eye-opening, and really the mindset has to change how we look at water, not just as in daily utility, but as a strategic resource. So thank you again, Anilji, for taking the time today and powerful insights. And welcome to Social Samwaad again.
Thank
Thank you,
you. Thank you
Sanjeev.
so
Thank
much.
you, Seemaji.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
nice talking to you. Bye.
Nice talking.